Yeah, hello everyone. We are back. It's Saturday and we are stranded in the middle of nowhere. Oh, and there is a shark in front. So,
Hi.
today we are going underwater. I have Anatoly with me. Hello, Anatoly.
Y-
How are you today?
Hello, good, thank you. Good weather here, and we can enjoy being on the surface and being under the water.
Yeah, and let me zoom around a little bit because it's really interesting here. Our first location, we are actually going to 4 different locations. It looks really nice, very Caribbean. Old sailing ship here in front of us a little bit. Yeah. And yeah, and the water looks really nice. So yeah, today we are going underwater. The underwater world of Second Life. And we're going to 4 different locations. Yeah, we put our mask on in a moment. And then we jump into the water. Let's do that. Let me put on my snorkel. Oh, I should put on the mask first. Use snorkel. By the way, this first region is a kind of an underwater walking region. So
Mm.
you don't really swim because usually when you go underwater in Second Life, you should get a diving or swimming AO. So it looks a little bit more natural, but this one has everything blocked and we are actually walking on the ground. So yeah, let's jump in the water. Here we go. Bye
Okay.
bye. Yoop. Oh,
Okay.
and there's actually a path here that you can walk along.
Maybe because it could be Caribbean region, lots of plenty of sunshine, uh, colors very bright here.
Yeah, definitely very bright. Because usually I think in real life, if you go underwater, the colors are usually not that brilliant. Well, it depends on the water quality. So, as I said, you actually walk along here. You don't really swim. Uh, Anatoly has a different swimming animation to mine. Mine is a little bit more sophisticated. Anatoly, can you try yours? Does it work here?
No, I already tried.
Yeah, it's switched off. So that's the special thing about this sim. When you come here, keep that in mind. That's the first location, and as always, I will post all the landmarks under the video in the video description. So don't worry if your AO doesn't work, because I have my AO on at the moment and it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. You can just walk here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done on purpose because it's a walking.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What is good here? We can see sunshines and combination of sunshines with bubbles which are moving on the surface from here, and also sounds effect and colors they create this atmosphere. Here we can see it is maybe not completely natural, but funny. Skeleton is drinking, like drinking, pretends to be drink.
And I'm just following this really nice fish. Would you remember what it's called? Is it a staff? No, not a starfish. Starfish. I know it's dangerous. It can actually sting you. It has a harpoon-like things in those feather-like. Do you know
This
the name of this fish?
probably no. I can guess, but using my translator.
Here's the skeleton. Former pirate.
Rough, maybe.
Huh?
A fish, rough fish.
I don't know. Well, I'm not that good. Look at the pirate behind you. Cannon.
Yes, I saw. Yes.
Still has his pipe in his mouth.
He is with battle.
Actually,
You
move into
are
the
talking
cannon
about this.
itself. So you don't have to be afraid. There's the cannon is not loaded. You can look inside. Oh, there's the other skeleton you were talking about, the drinking skeleton.
Yes.
The plants are really nice here. Look pretty natural.
Yes.
Especially when you look up, you can actually see the water surface. Looks also really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And a stingray. Here, that
Mm-hmm.
giant fish here. Stingray.
Mm. Everything is interesting, especially everything is animated and it is moving constantly, and it creates atmosphere of being here, especially bubbles and also light. A light which these plants emit.
And I have to take in some oxygen. Coming back. Okay. Because I don't have an oxygen tank like you. So let's walk into this grotto. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, it was just a gate. I thought it's like a grotto.
Not
Pretty
a
empty
grotto.
here.
Actually, this is a great place for example, the class of about natural sightseeings, about underwater world, for naturalists,
Yeah.
or even for people who are interested in exploring natural sightseeings. Maybe even who do it professionally, because so many stuff here, and probably we can't find words to describe, to give the audience names of these animals, plants, all of this. Even in our native language, probably no. What is it, for example, in front of us?
Yeah, that is probably something from outer space.
Huh.
Looks like a jellyfish, but it's not really a jellyfish. Really in the water. So what's behind here? Oh, this is quite nice.
Bit jelly.
Jellyfish.
The world underwater is so different, especially in the places which difficult to visit for people on the big deep.
Probably a white shark.
Mm.
He almost smiles. I've never seen a shark smiling.
Mm.
Get that. Shark swims right in. Yeah, the good thing is not really dangerous. in Second Life to go underwater. So even if you can't do that in real life, you can still do it in Second Life. And there are really some pretty good sims. So this is just a selection of a few underwater sims in Second Life. There are many of them. And this one, I would say, is a little bit more fantasy-like. No? Look at this here. Oh, there is a skeleton hiding behind the... Oh no, it's just a skull. Huge skull.
Yes.
Must have been a giant. Yeah. So, again, keep in mind when you come to this sim, you can't really swim or dive. You have to walk. So let's move over to the next one. And let's go to Atlantis underwater. So this is again probably a little bit more like fantasy. The good thing about this sim is that you can actually swim here. Anatoly has a built-in AO in his snorkel. I also have the same one, but I have an even nicer one. And you can get them on the marketplace very often for free, where you can actually swim underwater. So let's explore. And this is a pretty big one. Again, it's more fantasy themed, I would say. Well, it's Atlantis. We don't really know if Atlantis really exists. I can go down. Hurt my head. Oh, this is a shop. Wondering. Not just an empty temple. Shop. And it's pretty dark here, no? Anatoly, can you lead?
Okay. What we can see here, yes, some fantasy stuff, like unicorn.
Oh, just a moment. Before we explore any further, let me show you this here. Go down a bit. Oh, there are two cars. Yeah. Go down, 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 down. So when you land here, there are some free gifts. They are kind of old, but well, it's free. So there is a swimming AO and some gear. In this locker you find diving gear. There's also that snorkel with a built-in AO. That is pretty good, I would say, for free. And then you have something if you want to be a mermaid or merman. Keep in mind, if you use the mermaid or merman AOs, your legs are kind of stuck together, so it looks a little bit strange. And if you need starfish to cover your breasts, you can also get that top here. Yeah, so that's free gifts. And a trident. Yeah, if you want to play Neptune. Okay, let's explore.
Okay.
Find you. Trust you again. Where are you?
Beneath
And this says AO is so realistic. If you don't do anything, although I have a weight belt on, I'm slowly coming up to the water surface. So I really have to go down again. Ah, there you are. So there are some. Oh, we've been there already.
Mermaids, they exist, but mermen, probably no.
Why not? If mermaids exist, why shouldn't there be mermen?
I don't know, but no books about it.
I've actually been a merman in Second Life for a short time when I came back to Second Life. But yeah, it's strange. I mean, you can't be on land because you can't really walk. Your legs are stuck together. But have to put a tail on, and basically you have to live underwater all the time. Okay, here's a gate. Down. Oh, look at that. It's interesting.
Yes, different colors. And inside this creature also.
Giant shellfish. Probably an oyster.
Big oyster. We used to see them small, but if we
They're actually
use...
giant. I don't know what they call them. Giant mussels. Well, kind of shellfish. Anyway, they're really big, and they can actually trap you when you put your arm inside. When they all of a sudden shut their shells. Stuck in the seagrass. Can we swim any further here? Looks a little bit mysterious, but you waits you the next. Oh, here's another water.
Waterfall, it is not possible to have waterfall underwater, but here it is possible.
Oh, here's another strange building. Look at that. So definitely this is fantasy. Well, it's Atlantis. Look at that. Here's a beam. Probably from built by some aliens. You teleport. Be cautious, Anatol. You don't get sucked into a spaceship. This is really fun with these special AO. Looks like a dance place underwater. Yeah, it is a dance place. So I've never been here before. I always have to press the down button, otherwise I up to the surface. Wow, this is colorful. So the start point is it's called Atlantis underwater. Okay, so let's go to the next sim, and that is Caribbean Sea of Love.
Yes.
Probably better. Okay. Anatoly arrived without his hair. Well, we don't need hair underwater. So what can I say about this one? It's also pretty large. Probably more or less also a kind of a fantasy. I don't know if everything here is realistic. I think it's more realistic compared to the other sims we've seen before. You look at the fish here. And this is, I think, the one where you come across quite a few sharks and other things.
Here it is not so bright as previous sims, but also it looks realistic.
And we could
Especially-
actually try something. We could actually swim up to the surface to see how deep we are, because in real life, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. See?
I'm swimming close to the surface.
And when you look at that, this is huge sim. So there are islands. Oh, get there. The end of the sim.
Mm.
Have you found anything interesting? I mean, everything here is interesting.
I noticed it is also interesting. When you jumped into the water, you produced a sound,
Yep.
which usually we have.
Oh, you heard that too. Okay. Yeah, I have to look it up, and if I find that it was definitely free. I didn't pay anything for that. We've been to the original landmark, but couldn't find it there. So anyone is interested, I will try to find the location, and we'll also post that under the video. It might be interesting because, as I said, this animation is really good.
For example, here we can see treasure, the box with gold, and what is interesting, how we can call it, it is it is with oxygen, which was inflected by oxygen, damaged by oxygen. Because it is old.
Oh yeah, someone.
Anchor.
This is
If you
anchor, a propeller,
anchor
and what else? I always have to press the down key, otherwise I'm swimming up to the top, to the surface, I should say, not to the
rusty.
top. Look at that, even with a...
This anchor is rusty. What is remarkable.
And the propeller is probably made of copper. Look at that. It's it has that green stuff on it.
Yes,
it
yes,
erodes.
of course. Yes.
And lots of stingrays around. Look at that. It's almost like a ballet. Oops. Camera. Now that's the problem. You can't really focus these fish. You have to swim towards them. See them. Swim with the stingrays. Yeah. And I always have to press the down button. I need more fingers for that. Oh, another dance ball. Look at them. They're pretty realistic. I wonder what this is here on the ground. It looks almost like a checkers board. What is it? Where is here on the ground?
Yes, interesting. Probably it is artificial. I can't imagine that it exists in a real underwater world. Because it is a squares.
Yeah, probably made by aliens. Oh, here's a footpath. Almost like the one on the first set. But the difference is you don't actually have to walk on the footpath. You can swim along the footpath. Let's see where it leads to. What is this? Interesting. Maybe where they assemble all the mermaids. Have you seen a mermaid?
when I was teenager, I imagine.
No, I mean here in
it,
Second Life, there are actually some sims where it's crowded with mermaids, and not just these characters. Sometimes they just place them. So it seems people are interested in playing mermaids. Oh, here's a mermaid. And this looks like a real avatar, no? And it's not cheap to be a mermaid or even a merman man in Second Life. To get the tail and all that stuff is pretty expensive. Well, I got all the stuff for free, naturally. So yeah, that's is it the third one?
Yes, number 3.
Okay, so let's go to the last location for today. So you start here on land, and be aware there are some ban lines. So when you see these yellow lines in front of us, it means behind those ban lines, that's private land. You can't actually cross that, and you probably get a warning if you try to jump over them. So, but we don't want to trespass, so we hop on this pier here and walk along here. I don't know if you can take the boats. Not easy to walk with. A little bit laggy. And you can sit here if you want. But we don't want to sit here, we want to be in the water. Feeling like a fish out of water. Okay. Let's swim out to the sea. And now, where was it again? Down here?
I think we need to turn.
Not sure. Is this the right direction?
Probably yes, but not completely sure too.
So, and you cross a sim, so if your avatar goes away for a fraction of a second, don't be afraid, I will be right back, hopefully, and you haven't lost anything. I usually lose my beanie. Sim. I think this is wrong here, no?
I found, but it is also underwater, but not the place where we were.
This is pretty barren.
I can send you TP if you want.
But they're also barren undergrounds. Where was the town? Can't remember where the town was. Was it here? This? Yeah. And I'm here right in the city. That's also quite interesting. They have canals. Combination of underwater world and above water. But have you found the place where with all the plants and the fish?
Yes, and let me show.
Oh, I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. Look at that. Full of plants. And I think this is actually a shop. I think you can buy the objects.
Sharks, they are everywhere.
Oh, someone laughing.
Huh.
Oh, there's a shark. Yeah, nothing in this direction. Let me turn around. Let me go a little bit further down. Found anything out of the ordinary?
Maybe it is even better to find ordinary, because the
I'm again in a region where it's pretty barren. Nothing.
it is desert, but underwater.
Underwater desert.
Desert.
And I'm even walking now. Too shallow, probably.
Huh.
So maybe we should go back to the pier if we can find it. What's this building here? Let me see. Let me go above water. Oh, there's a boat here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not private. I don't know. Might be private. Anatoly, can you come over here to say goodbye?
Yes. Yes, but we need to turn off our masks.
Oh. Oh, there's a swimming pool. So after you've been in the salt water, we should actually jump into this pool here. Well, can we actually go inside? Can we jump inside? See, work? Are we allowed to? That's the question. Yeah, I'm in. Okay, let's stand in the pool here. Take off my snorkel. Mask. Yeah, that's appropriate to say goodbye. Yeah, that was it. So this is also really interesting. I don't know if it's private land, hopefully not, otherwise we get kicked out in a moment. Anatoly, where are you? Can you come next to me? Say goodbye.
Yes, I'm lying on this, how we can call it, on this like sunbed. Okay, let me stand. Yes, staying in front of.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. Did you like it? Would you come back and maybe explore a little bit further?
Yes, it is interesting. It is interesting because it is underwater, the world which we know not well. It's interesting for improving vocabulary, because we can see there lots of animals, plants, and stuff, which is interesting to memorize and to use in our vocabulary. Yes, it was very interesting.
Yeah. So definitely come here, look for yourself. Again, all the links will be in the video description. And yeah, see you next Saturday for another exploration. Yeah, that was it. Any last words from you, Anatoly?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, happy swimming, I should say. Okay. Happy weekend, and definitely come here, enjoy your Second Life holidays in the Caribbean or wherever. Bye bye.
Goodbye.